"You're not coming to the wedding," Mom texted. "Lily's family doesn't want you there." That was it. No apology, no kindness, just a cold message on my phone. I looked at it, read it again. My coffee sat next to me, getting cold. I thought for a second, then replied, "So, you chose status over family?" No emojis, no sarcasm, just the truth. Then I opened my laptop, logged into the wedding planning site, canceled the venue deposit. It was booked under my name, paid with my card. They didn't even know. And the best part, it wasn't refundable. I closed the laptop and just sat there, staring at the wall. I didn't feel sad or angry yet, just quiet, like something inside me shifted. This wasn't the first time they pushed me aside. It had been happening for years, little things, like missing my birthday or joking at my expense. They made Lily the golden child. I was just the one who got things done. I helped plan this whole wedding, picked the dress shop, found the caterer, booked places for guests to stay. I even made their website. But now, because Lily's dad didn't like my energy, I was out, just like that. They only needed me when it was convenient, and now that they had what they wanted, they left me behind. So I took action. I opened the shared wedding folder and deleted everything I had uploaded: photos, contracts, schedules, 63 files gone. Then I renamed the folder, "Good Luck Without Me." I didn't tell anyone. I didn't warn them. I just waited for them to realize. No florist confirmation, no photographer, and an email from the venue saying the booking was cancelled. They thought I'd stay quiet, that I'd take it like always. But this wasn't just about the wedding. This was the last straw in years of being used and ignored. They handed me the scissors, and I finally cut the cord. They wanted me gone, fine, but they didn't expect I'd leave with everything they built on my back. And this was just the beginning. They say I'm dramatic, that I overreact. So let me explain how I got here. 6 months ago, Lily called me crying. Zach lost his job. They were behind on rent. I didn't even think twice. I sent her $3,800. That was the third time I helped that year. I gave Dad $5,000 to fix his retirement account. I paid for Lily's bachelorette Airbnb, which they trashed under my name. I kept proof, not because I wanted revenge, but because I needed to remind myself I wasn't imagining it. I was pouring money and time into a family that treated me like a backup plan. It wasn't just the money, it was the way they treated me after, like a servant, like I didn't matter. One time while I was fixing Dad's gutters in a storm, he joked that I should be a house husband since I wasn't a man enough to earn more. Everyone laughed. When I told Mom, it hurt. She said I was too sensitive. When Lily got engaged, I found out over FaceTime. My parents were in the background celebrating. They helped plan the whole thing. No one told me. Still, I tried. I paid for the engagement photos, built the website, helped design the invitations, and paid the venue deposit when Mom's card didn't work. I gave and gave. And then the rumors started. "Aunt Megan, I heard you're not invited?" "Uncle Jeff, did you say something to Zach's dad?" Then I saw the Facebook post. A happy photo of Lily and Zach with my parents in front of the wedding venue. The caption, "So proud of our family, can't wait for the big day with all the right people by our side." I wasn't tagged. I wasn't one of the right people. I saw a comment under the photo. One of Lily's friends asked, "Is Jack going to be there? He was always so funny." Lily replied, "We're keeping it small. Just people we trust. Just people we trust." I didn't sleep that night. I went through every receipt, every email, all the times they made me feel selfish for asking to be paid back. And I finally realized, I was the only one in the family who gave everything without asking for anything back. And I was the only one who got nothing. A week later, we all got a group text. "Hi, family, can everyone help pay for Lily's bridal shower decorations? Jack, since you're good with websites, can you make an RSVP page? Hugs." I didn't answer. Then Lily messaged me directly. "Can you just do this one thing without being passive-aggressive?" Instead of replying, I did something else. I logged into the wedding venue account and requested a refund. It was supposed to be non-refundable, but I had quietly bought wedding insurance when I booked it. I filed a claim under family conflict. They gave me back 90%. Then I opened Canva and deleted everything I designed: RSVPs, signs, table layouts, gone. I made one last file and called it, "Ask Zach's dad to fix this." Then I shared it with the whole family. That's when everything blew up. 3 hours later, Mom called me in a panic. What are you doing? Do you know how this looks? I said, yes, that's why I'm doing it. Then Dad called, already yelling, you've always been jealous of Lily. You just can't stand that she's doing better than you. I hung up. Later, my phone blew up. Lily posted on Instagram, betrayal always comes from those closest to you. Then Mom posted a photo of Lily crying with the caption, nothing hurts more than your own brother trying to ruin your special day. Friends and cousins started messaging me. Some asked if I was okay. Most didn't. They just asked, why would you ruin her wedding? I didn't respond to any of them. Then I got a package. No return address. Just a yellow envelope. Inside was a printed screenshot from Lily's group chat with her bridesmaids. She was laughing. We'll get Jack to pay for the cake too. Just guilt him about being the only brother. Works every time. Another message. Zach doesn't even like him. Says Jack gives him the creeps. LOL. And finally, he won't be at the wedding. I'll make sure of it. Watch. There was a sticky note on top. Handwritten. You deserve better, Kay. I didn't know who Kay was, but I'd find out, because Kay had more than screenshots, she had audio. And once I heard it, I knew exactly what I was going to do at the rehearsal dinner. It was held at a fancy vineyard about 30 minutes outside the city. They called it rustic luxury. I called it overpriced wine and fairy lights stapled to trees, but I showed up, calm, clean, focused. I didn't come to eat, I came to end the circus. I walked in while they were making a toast. Lily was laughing. Zach had his arm around her. Dad looked tense. Mom didn't meet my eyes. They didn't expect me to show up. I was supposed to be the villain, the bitter brother who couldn't let go. But I wasn't bitter. I was finished. I walked right up to the front. Sorry to interrupt, I said, tapping a glass. Everyone went quiet. Someone laughed awkwardly. Lily frowned. I pulled a small speaker from my jacket, set it on the table, then I held up a flash drive. Zach stood up. What are you doing? I looked at him. Giving you exactly what you deserve. I hit play. Lily's voice came through the speaker, laughing. We'll get Jack to pay for the cake, too. Just guilt him about being the only brother. Works every time. The room went silent. Someone gasped. A fork hit a plate. I didn't move. Another voice. Zach doesn't even like him. Says Jack gives him the creeps. LOL. Zach turned pale. Lily rushed forward to grab the speaker. I stepped in front of her. Sit down, I said. It wasn't a question. Then the final clip. He won't be at the wedding. I'll make sure of it. Watch. I paused the recording. Looked around. Any questions? Zach opened his mouth, then closed it again. My dad stood up, looking really angry. You think this is okay? This is how you act, he said. Sit down, I said sharply, and for the first time ever, he actually did. I turned to Lily. I spent more than $11,000 on your wedding. I made your website, found your venue, paid for your florist. I did all of it because I thought we were family. Lily was shaking, tears smudging her mascara. You don't understand. No, I said. You never understood. You didn't want a brother, you wanted someone to pay for everything. Then I took out a folder, full of proof. Texts, receipts, screenshots. All the times I paid for things. All the times they ignored it. Even the messages where Lily called me their free wedding planner. I gave it to Zach, her fiancé. You still want to marry her? I asked. He looked at the papers. He didn't say a word. Then a woman stood up from the back of the room. She wore a gray coat and had a badge. Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen. I work in digital forensics. And I checked the recordings Jack got. They're real, no editing. I got them from Lily's old WhatsApp account. Lily's jaw dropped. My mom gasped. Dad shouted, "Is this a joke?" Kristen smiled. Nope, it's all legit. Then Zach turned to Lily. You told me Jack threatened you. You said he was dangerous, but you lied. She reached for him. Zach, wait, don't touch me, he said. Everything exploded. People were yelling. Someone knocked over a glass. My mom couldn't even speak. And I just stood there, calm, watching it all fall apart. When it got loud, I raised my voice. I'm not coming to the wedding. You already kicked me out, but now it's without my money, my help, Or my silence. I turned to my parents. You cut me off the second I stopped being useful, so now I'm cutting the cord. And just as I walked out, Zach said, I'm calling off the wedding. Lily screamed. You can't do this here. Oh, I said. He just did. Then I left. No dramatic music. No big scene. Just the sound of their world falling apart behind me. I didn't go home. I didn't even take the highway. I drove to a quiet place up north where no one knew me. A month earlier, I'd rented a tiny cottage in a small town. Barely 600 people lived there. One diner, one gas station. No one asked questions. That's why I picked it. I paid for 6 months up front. No address forwarding. No digital trail. Just peace and quiet. The first few days, I turned off my phone, didn't check anything, just drank coffee on the porch and listened to birds argue over trees. I didn't feel like I won. I felt free. No stress, no guilt, no one asking for money, no fake affection. On day 4, I went into town and signed up for a class on preserving old records, history, documents, things that don't lie. It felt right. I helped out at the local museum, sorted old photos, fixed a broken machine. No one thanked me. I didn't care. It was finally mine. Then, a week later, the messages started. People emailing my backup account. Can we talk? You went too far. We're still family. Then came the missed calls. A lot of them. I didn't answer. They didn't want peace. They just wanted control back. What scared them wasn't what I showed. It was that I disappeared. They weren't in charge anymore, and that scared them most. 3 weeks later, a court letter showed up at my old apartment. My dad had tried to sell some family property, not knowing I'd already locked the deed years ago after he tried to use it without telling me. That move triggered a legal problem. Result: the sale failed. The buyer walked. And my dad got hit with a fraud investigation. I didn't make that happen. I just didn't stop it. No blog post. No group chat rant. I just walked away. No birthday calls. No rescue money. No, maybe next time. And that's what broke them the most. Because people like that don't fear punishment. They fear being ignored. They fear not having an audience. And now, I wasn't watching anymore. One morning, I went to the post office to pick up a small package I had ordered. While I was standing in line, the person behind me was on the phone. I overheard them say something like, I heard Lily's fiancé left right before the wedding, and then her brother just disappeared with all his money. I didn't turn around. I didn't say anything. I didn't explain. I just stayed quiet. No address, no phone, no way to reach me. They thought silence meant I was weak. But really, it was my choice. A calm, final goodbye without words. They can't guilt me anymore. They can't ask for help with bills. They can't pretend everything is okay just to get more out of me. Because now, there is no us, just them, and silence. You know what's strange? When you walk away from people who always leaned on you, they don't fall right away. They just freeze, like the world stopped and they don't know how to restart it. That's what happened after everything fell apart. Even after I left, they still thought I'd come back. Because I always did. But this time, I didn't. I changed my number, not just the SIM, new provider, new country code. No one could reach me. I shut down the bank account my dad used just in case. Sent all my mail to a private digital folder. Took their names off my medical forms. Even changed the emergency contact on my license from a mom to no one. Now, they don't know where I am. They don't know if I'm still in the country, or even alive. And that drives them crazy. A month ago, I went back one last time. Not to the house, not to see them. I drove past the wedding venue, the one I canceled. It was empty now, for sale. A bouquet was lying in the dirt. It felt right. I rolled down the window. The air smelled like rain and something lost. Before I left, I stopped by the mailbox near the gate. I dropped in an envelope with no name on it. Inside was the last wedding bill I paid. On top, I stuck a post-it note, thanks for nothing. Sometimes, I log into my old email just to see what they've sent. One unread message said, please talk to us. I didn't open it. Another said, we don't know who you are anymore. That one made me smile. Because now, they're finally right. I'm not the guy who paid their bills late at night. I'm not the backup plan. Not the wedding planner. Not the one who always forgave and forgot. I'm someone else now. Living a new life. And they can't touch it. Last week, I got a new mailbox. It's strong, metal, with a lock. Once something goes in, it doesn't come back out. The installer asked what name I wanted on it. I said, no name, just a message. So now, on a small brass plate, it says, this box does not accept apologies.